Hey there, I'll try it out before camera goes flat. In the barbecue area, I've already put the oil stains there. Good thing Mum's on holiday, so I have to get that removed. I'll use the Karcher there to do that, I reckon. And there's my crane, that's done the same thing. It's just spewed out oil everywhere. I don't know why. It's brand new, it shouldn't be spewing out oil. But anyway, still jobless. So hopefully I'll hear back next week. Oh, I'm not completely jobless. I'm working a couple of days a week. I've done some work, did nearly a full day's work today. Just some cash jobs and working for a friend, but he hasn't had full-time work. But nonetheless, I got given this at the show I was at in the weekend. So I got nothing to do, so I went to a show, the main one in town, and a bloke came to me and offered me this for free. It is a Hayter lawn mower. It's freaking huge. It's a nasty looking machine. It's powered by a Mark 20, but let's say the Mark 20 is pretty knackered. The head off it looks okay. I broke one of the fins on it in the spark plug out, but if you can see, I'll put it in the light. Come on, focus. Yeah, that was it's stuffed. That's probably the good side. Yeah. So that was stuffed. I had to use 4-foot Stilsons to bring the spark plug out. That's how seized in there it was. One of the valves is bent. The exhaust valve is. You can smack it down. I can't even push it down with my hand. I've been working that. I was working that this morning for more than half an hour, and it's still really, really tight. I think he said he might be bent. So I think it is actually, yeah, it's bent. And also the other thing is, if you can get some light in there, back closer. Yeah, your piston isn't meant to have almost a millimetre of slop in it. It's a bit knackered, I say, this Mark 20 is. And also you can probably see it in the camera, there's that much of a lip on the bore. Had light there, you probably would. But yeah, there's actually you probably hear me. Yeah, it's definitely, I'd say, 0.5 of a mil. I'm not guessing. Oh, yeah, 0.5 of a mil lip in the bore. You can see the oil coming up through the bore. So what I'm going to do is I have to use that block and crank because what I'm going to do is modify. I got this one off the tip. It's been sitting beside the fire, but this one, the bore's perfect in it. It's ridiculously good. It's got no. But the only problem is this being a Mark 25. So as you can tell, the piston's almost 10 mil bigger, or 5 mil radius. But stuff or movement, nothing to be taken out with some new rings. And the valves are good. They work fine. And the head's fine too. The head's just off it inside. I took it off to check it all out. So yeah, this $2 thing will probably save this mower, but that bore's pretty much stuffed. It's beyond repair. I was going to take the valve out of this to repair that one, but since the bore's so bad, I might just take the block off. So we'll see how we go. But I can't use the whole motor because this was originally a reduction gearbox one. So I can put bolts in there to hold oil in, but the crank ain't long enough. For the reduction gearboxes, they took an inch off the crank, which is slightly unfortunate. So, but we'll make the good one out of two. We'll use that cowling, even though it says Mark 20, but it'll look the part. There's that valve. I must have moved it slightly. But yeah, so I'll use the piston crank and head off that one. And the rest off this one needs a new exhaust and fuel tank, which is good. Work with the fuel tank if I do nothing else with this lawnmower, but I reckon I'll fix it because it is a nasty machine. No, I'll get into it. Righto, half an hour's work or so, and I've got both heads off. That was the hardest head to get off, but I'm definitely glad I'm doing this. Yours will go to the Mark 20 here and try and see that there's. That's big end knock. Moves in every direction. So that must have had a severe knock when he stopped using it. Bloody hell. So that's Even the top end slapped out. The balls, I don't know if you'll see the lip on it, but there's the good ball. Still got a bit of scratch on it, so I get a light home. Wow, that looks real bad in the camera. That's just shit in the sitting there, it's not rust. But there's that ball, which is quite nice. There's only that. There's a little bit of a lip there, where that ring is. It looks real bad in the camera, but there's not much of a lip there at all. Nothing a new set of rings and a light hone wouldn't get rid of. But this ball here, the exhaust still attached to it because I can't get that off, is much worse. As you can tell, the piston there's burning on it, so it's been burning oil for a while. But I'll hold that one to the light. For a start, there's the lip on. Look at that, you can actually see the light reflecting off the ring. She's done some work, this motor. So basically it's going to be a bust between the two. Of course, I'm sticking that one sitting beside the fire, so I may as well use the bits, and probably could use a bit of horsepower more. So you might even put a clutch onto one of the drive wheels here to actually pull itself along, because this isn't self-propelled, it's just a ginormous push mower really. So that's done. That's a combination of oil out of the two. Very, very black and sticky. As usual, people don't service their lawnmowers and whatnot. Yeah, but this is the Mark 25. No, we're near as much slap at the top. You pull that thing out, the piston's bigger so you might be able to see it, but there's no movement in the big end anyway. So I'm quite happy with that, so all I'll do is same piston, new rings. As you can tell, the oil scraper ring's a bit forked. They're not that bad, but I'm going to go to this extreme. I might just get them done. Most will do them anyway, they're not that expensive. Anyway, here's the other bits. So yeah, that might do for tonight. I might bolt the magneto onto the Champion and try and retime that since Alex knocked the cog out. But yeah, that's definitely the head I'm going to use. It fits on there, test fitted on there, but I didn't want to do it much because that'd score the ball like a bastard. But it does fit on there, so now I've got to unbolt it off here, unfortunately, because I realised you got to get to the bottom of the big end, you have to separate this part of the block from that part of the block, like the oil tray bit. Focus camera, why'd you unfocus for? So yeah, I'll show you this one. It's got no oil in it anymore. Those 4 bolts there, undo them, takes it off there, and I can get access to the bottom of the big end. So hopefully, I reckon they are. I wouldn't see Villas making 2-size crankshafts. So I'm going to pull the bottom off, and hopefully I can take that off without taking the whole flywheel off. Mind you, that's got no sparks, so most of it has to come off anyway. But I'll check this coil too, because this one could be alright. Everything else in the motor's alright. Except it had no cowling. It's really the only thing that was missing, and it was dirty as all hell. But also, that bit off the carby off this one will help me fix the other one I've got in the shed, which is missing this bit. Because, you know, I've got 2 in the shed, and one had a broke on these, so I pinched one off, had no spark, put the one on spark, and then that one I did the video with, and how, what to do when you lose spark. Has spark, but it refuses to time itself with automatic points, so I have to put manual points back in it. Bit of a pain in the ass, but nonetheless, that's the missing part I needed, so got this whole engine for $2, so imagine how much that'd be from on the internet if you ever found one. Yeah, so got the kidler out, the bag exploded over there, so I threw some over there in that oil. But I think we're good. Oh, I worked out that is too. That's a different video though. Yeah, the bag exploded. Anyway. I think that'll do for tonight. I'll leave it there, drain that oil, and that'll do on those motors for tonight. No real rush in these projects now. If it was to go, it would have taken it out this weekend, but it's not destined to go. Anyway, see you later.